G'day guys, and welcome back to the Iron Empire. Today is a video update on a new car to the fleet. So if you had have known, only recently I uploaded a couple of videos looking for my original first car, which was an LTD. And this is the car that started that voyage. Basically, I seen this car on Gumtree and decided to go take a look at it. After looking at this car, I then started the quest to find my first car, which if you've seen the video, you will know that I found the first car, but unfortunately missed it. Gone to scrap metal, and it is it is badly rusted. So I then went back to buy this car to more or less replace my first car. So as you will have noticed, that I've already started doing some work on this car without showing you guys, so I apologize for that. You'll also notice that I haven't even untied it yet. This thing has been sitting on the trailer for 2.5 weeks now, and I have not even removed the thing from the bloody trailer, and I'm already doing some panel repairs. So the story on this car, it come from down the Fluoro Peninsula, and it's an FD LTD, so basically it's an XE. It's running a 250 crossflow, and it's a pretty solid car. It's actually really bloody straight. So the panels are nice and straight. The bonnet's obviously knackered. This side's pretty straight too. There has already been some rust repairs done on this car with rust replacement panels welded in. So that's been done on the dog leg and the lower quarter on each side. And all I've done is gone back through, added a bit more filler, a coat of primer, and I just want to give them a bit of color just on these quarters, just to make it look a bit neater and more presentable. Another thing I done, which was knock all the dents out of this lower panel here, and I've stone guarded that, and I've given it a lick of color just so I could see what it come up like. And it probably doesn't look all that similar on the trestle there, but it is a pretty similar color. The car did come with a spare boot, which is over there. It's all right, it's probably savable. I am looking for a bonnet. I do know where there's one, but the fella doesn't want to let go of it, unfortunately, because the bonnet's got a fair bit of rust for the back side of it. Aside from that, all the panels are pretty straight. 3 out of the 4 doors open, which is pretty impressive for one of these. The interior is actually really good. So aside from your typical hanging down, and it obviously needs a really good clean, the seats are all totally savable. They just need a shampoo. And yes, under the bonnet, dirty old crossflow fuel injected thing. And you'll notice the worst part on this car is the plenum. So the plenum is totally knackered. So I knew what I was getting myself into with that. All right, so when I bought this car, it had been apparently driven as a daily, and then the fuel pump shit itself. So I haven't even had a battery in it to find out, but apparently there's no noise coming from the fuel pump, and with a bit of a spray of some starter fluid down the throttle body, it will fire. So I've got myself a new in-tank fuel pump, and we're gonna see if that's the problem. Fingers crossed that's all there is. Okay, so I've got the factory pump all pulled apart, which is just a typical old school Bosch style pump, and I'm replacing it with a Aeroflow 255 LHP, which is an in-tank pump, and these are good for like a lot of power. I'm not sure how much, maybe like 400 or 600 horsepower or something. So tiny little pump. So I'm gonna have to get it all plumbed up and wired, and then hopefully it stays in there nice and solid, because obviously the original bracket is much larger. So I'm gonna see how it all fits and how it sits there, and then give it a crack. Hopefully she fires up, but first things first, getting this all in. Okay, so I have the pump in the back and it's all wired up. Those fittings are an absolute pain in the ass to get on, but I'm gonna have a crack at starting this thing now. The only way I can do it is to steal the battery out of the daily. So I'll quickly pop that battery out and try it. I've only got like 15 minutes left and I've got to leave. I've got some other stuff to do now, so hopefully we can have a quick win today. All right, so I found a set of keys out of the XB because I don't know where the keys are for this thing. I've already lost them. And woo! I'm actually really surprised by that. I couldn't even hear the pump running, so I thought straight away that it wasn't going to work, but lo and behold, I've got an alternator light. Fuel gauge seems to be working. But yeah, she's running, so mission complete. Okay, back down here today. I've now got a battery for the LTD, and I finally untied it for the first time since I've owned it. So I'm going to pull this car off the trailer because I need to use the trailer tomorrow to move the XB Ute, which I've sold. And so I'm going to drive it for the first time. Well, I hope I'm going to drive it for the first time. We'll see how this all pans out. Hopefully the trans works, that sort of stuff. I think the brakes do work because we push it downhill onto the trailer, so they should be sweet. So yeah, fingers crossed this all goes to plan, eh? Just giving it a quick little radiator flush while we're here. Not all me, please. It's recording, yeah. First drive, the LTD. Power steering works. Brakes work. Alternator light works. Accelerator works. What doesn't work really? That's actually pretty quiet. It's not. Stop.
Take it out the gate. You don't want to just give it a bit of a hit down the. Oh, here we go. Hi.
The alternator light is just blinding me.
Give it some gentle.
Second gear, smooth as silk. Third, mate. Got the rays out the roof. It doesn't get much better than 80s luxury, I tell you.
I think that's a successful first run.
That's really successful first run. Alright, can we see the skids?
Not here.
It won't even skid, man. It's not gonna skid.
Oh.
But we might as well see.
Which wrong? shipbox 1, shipbox 2, and the rough heads in the car.
Alright guys, so it's been a few days, and as you can see, Jake has given this repairs here a quick coat of 2K primer when he done some other repairs. I'm gonna paint the door jambs tonight, and then when I come back in the next few days or whatever, I'll blow in a bit of color on these quarters here, and that way get a nice finish with the door jambs already painted. So see if I can get some color down tonight, see how it looks. Alright, so I've finished giving these quarters a quick colour. A little bit of colour on this mirror as well, because that one's missing. And overall pretty happy. Obviously there's a few little bits and pieces here that I just had to do, like a bit of a car yard tie up on it. I threw the wheel arch on this side to see how it come up, and I'm pretty happy with it. Initially I wasn't going to run those, but I think I'm going now. So that'll pretty much wrap up this episode. Come back again soon where I will basically finish up the tidy up. I'll throw the rear garnish on the bumper, get the thing sitting right, nice set of white walls, and then get it out on the streets. So thanks for coming back. I'll see you all again soon for another upcoming episode of the Iron Empire. Cheers guys. One last thing before you go guys, I finally have some fresh merch available on the online store. As you can see behind me, I have some banners done, perfect for shed art. They're going to be sold in a kit along with some stubby holders. I've got these ones with the Doom sled. Obviously the same artwork as the poster. They'll come with a Doom sled sticker. Your choice of a white or a black vinyl cut Iron Empire logo. And 2 circle logos. So that'll be the kit available on the online store. But not only do I have the Doom sled, the XB. This is a rendering of what the XB is going to look like, obviously, running all the details below. And I'm super pumped on these banners. These are going to keep me motivated to get that XB up and running. So there'll be some fresh videos on that car, obviously, in the new year. And the sticker kit will come either as an option for the Doom or optional with the XB. Stubby holders on the XB available as well. So if you like customs, or if you're a Falcon nut, jump on the online store and pick up a pack. So hopefully I'll be able to send all these express posts out to all you guys. For anyone who's interested in ordering a pack for Christmas, jump onto the online store. The link will be in the description below, and I will see you all on the next video. Cheers guys.